Hello, and welcome to Tristan Channel. And I must step my hair. And I wasn't sure about this one, but then I looked in records and I thought, do you know what? Because I was subscribed, I thought, well, that's fair. I haven't seen or heard of this, that, the other. And then I've noticed I actually have reacted to these folks before, but it's been a long while, so I do apologise, Spicy Horror. So this is a channel, Spicy Horror. This is top 5 scary. This is top 5 scary videos. So scary it's making old people older. So without further ado, let's do this. And as always, if any of the channels I react to, the link to their channel is in the description below. Let's do this.
Birds and the bees. Before I introduce you to our friend Matt in the next clip, let me give you some very simple advice. Never open a door to strangers at night. And when you want to throw out, make sure you do it in the wash basin, not in the toilet. Now let's talk about Matt. Matt is a man who has a girlfriend, so we know we are dealing with a lost man. One night, while he was watching his security camera, he noticed a guy with a trash bag in his hand outside his house. For some reason, Matt was scared of him, as if he has never seen a garbage man before in his life. But this garbage man left the bag and immediately ran into Matt's house, knocking on his door aggressively. Now if you're like me, you will also be scared. But let me calm you down. Just let me grab the lotion while you take off your pants and feel comfortable. I had this accident before. It does look scary from the security camera perspective, and the aggressive...
What are you going to do with this lotion? You're asking us to take up... No, I'm not going to go there.
of knocking may also sound like someone is attacking your property, but it's actually diarrhea. Yes, folks, that's what we do when nature calls and diarrhea kicks in. We find the closest house and we try to break in just to use the bathroom. But Matto took it too far after the incident. He called his girlfriend and she ghosted him. But at the end of the day, he begged her to play the Ouija board with him, and so they did. But you can see she wasn't so nice to him during the Ouija session. She even walked on him before saying goodbye, which resulted in poltergeist activity. Like banging on the walls, which could be his girlfriend. You just have to check all the rooms to make sure. The curtains moving, the pants falling. I mean, the paintings falling. His budget gaming keyboard on the floor. His chairs are going 30 miles per hour. And one last thing. I don't know what accent this man has, but the way he says house and out, it just makes me laugh so loud my neighbor called the police on me. He did that for one other reason.
There's literally somebody outside, like, dragging a bag at my work. No, sorry, I'm just recording in case something happens. I can't see his face. Where's he going? He's literally running down to the door. He's coming out to the door right now. Is he? Ah! Oh my God! He's outside the door.
See, in any of these videos I watch, right, it's funny, people all worry about Yetis, which are bollocks, excuse French. You know, all think about ghosts and shit like that, and all that kind of thing. But weirdo bastards, as Casper Sight would say, weirdo bastards is the worst thing ever, because they're solid and they can hurt you. Well, it depends obviously where you live in America, because some of you had firearms, but you know what I mean? But weirdo bastards are more scarier.
Outside the door right now. No, there's nowhere to hide in here. It's just this one room. The door is locked, but...
It didn't look that secure. It looks like I know, it's got a hefty block on it. You might be able to smash it.
Oh my fuck. He's like behind the building now.
I'm pretty sure, because even with us, sorry, stop it, but I'm pretty sure it's like he can't make out his face there, but when you think about it, it's like when the police take footage from where I work, it's like you can enhance it and see it, so maybe hand it into police, who knows.
Can you just get here, please, really? So me and my girlfriend were messing around with the Ouija board. It spelled out the word car, and I instantly thought about my Randonaut videos. We stopped playing after that because it kind of started to freak us out a little bit. Our fingers are barely on it. It literally just spelled out car.
I'm not doing this anymore.
Just later that night at around like 4 a.m., I got woken up.
Even though Ouija boards are nonsense, just for the fun of it, what did they do? What she did? She took her fingers off the board without saying it and say goodbye.
By something really, really loud in the next room. It is literally like 4 a.m. And I just got woken up by the
In the next room, I thought we needed one. Oh, that's where it works, so I was alright.
loudest like crashing noise in my other room. Dude, what? What the my chair, my paintings, my keyboard, what? Okay, no. I'm starting to think whatever was at those Randonaut locations followed me home. I'm pretty sure my house is 100% haunted. People were telling me that me and my girlfriend didn't close the Ouija board properly in my last video, and that we basically invited spirits into my house. We did say goodbye to the board, but at this point we already had our hands off once, and apparently you can't take your hands off until the board says goodbye back to you. We tried to use the board again to see if we could properly...
Well, no, you draw, you put... even though Ouija boards are nonsense, the idea is you put it down yourself to goodbye. If there's, it's like for example, there's no response, just as a safety precaution, you put it down to goodbye, and then you go, oh, thank you, etc., and then, you know what I mean? See that? I've got one. All I say is the worst thing that's going to happen is you wasted your money.
We closed the session, but we weren't able to contact anyone, and the piece never moved. And then yesterday, this happened. Okay, something just knocked over my chair again. I'm honestly getting sick and tired. What? Hello? Is there anybody here? If you're here, do something.
All I can say, and for those of you new to the channel, I keep saying this thing, which is going to become probably a catchphrase now, and I'm saying, and that is, I'm not saying it is, not saying it isn't. That's what I keep saying. But with this one, it's like, well, not being horrible, but Ouija boards are nonsense. And two, we only have his word that his girlfriend's out of the house. She could be pulling the curtain and all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? You're not going to say anything.
No. I've had a lot of people reach out to me and try and give me tips on how to deal with the ghost. And I just want to give a big thank you because some of the things are helping. I did sage my house, and when the ghost is present, I'm trying to be as fearless as I can and tell the ghost to get out. The past couple days, a lot less things are happening, which is good. Normally, like 10 or more things happen every day, so there's a lot that happens off camera. But this clip here is one of the 2 things that happened yesterday, and that number's way lower than it used to be. I was just chilling, and this light just knocked over, just randomly. Are you still here? Do something if you're still here. Get out of my house, please. You are not welcome here. Get out of my house. Get out.
I know he's got an interesting accent, but it's odd that he puts on a voice when he's telling the ghost to get out. It's like, goes from this to, get out of my house. You know what I mean?
His girlfriend tried to fix things after by retrying to close the game, and things didn't work for them. But let's imagine it was the guy who walked out before closing the game. He would be accused of domestic violence. Let me ask you this: close the game, and things didn't work for them. But let's imagine it was the guy who walked out before closing the game. He would be accused of domestic violence.
I don't know, I'm not saying it is, not saying it is, but a lot of that could easily be faked. And the thing is, when any spooky stuff involving Ouija boards is like, I'm sorry, science has debunked it. I mean, scientists did say, well, at the end of the day, because it is your subconscious and it's subliminal, or well, not subliminal, automotive muscle movement. So it's like your finger, you could be touched so lightly, but your finger, because the thing is, believe it or not, I didn't know this until I did martial arts, but your main muscles you see on the muscle chart are not your only muscles. There are muscles in your arm that are not your main muscles that are used for when you're twisting a screwdriver. There's like muscles on top of muscles that you're using to. It's really interesting. It's bizarre but interesting. So yeah, so you can actually move stuff with your finger even though you're not moving. You know what I mean? So. But they said, oh, but even on a subconscious level, it'd be good, some sort of inner knowledge, what's nonsense. But nah, I'm sorry, but it's like the thing is also, if you look at all these stories, come on, folks. People may say to me though, oh yeah, but your house is probably not haunted. My house is my house is bloody extremely old. It's definitely, definitely, 1800 sort of time. It's definitely an old house. So that means a lot of people died in it. And not only that, if you look at a lot of these Ouija board stories, it makes no difference because you can make your house haunted apparently by pissing around with them. Like, all I can say is, it's a good conversation piece, good thing to entertain people on Halloween, and a good table mat if you just want to something novelty. So yeah, I mean, if you do, mine only cost £5. Don't spend any more than that, at least, because it's bollocks. But you know what I mean? It's like, nothing freaky's happened ever since I've got it or tried it out, whatever. So yeah. So with that sort of stuff, I doubt it. And some things with the phone that could be faked, and we only have his word. His girlfriend's not there. The guy who's outside could be a mate of his. We don't know. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Let me ask you this very challenging, life-changing question. Do you like the 80s and the early 90s? Well, if you do
I was born in the 80s, baby.
So, then you're very much like me. Who knows? We could also be from the same family. But does my question relate to the next video by any means? And did Johnny V mean to do what he did to his own sister and accuse his cousin of doing it? Or was the story fabricated? The next video comes from that era. Not from Johnny V's era, but somewhere between the 80s and early 90s. Here is a very old footage talking about a ghost caught moving around the Twister's restaurant in Williams, Arizona. The video is so old, in fact, I couldn't even understand half of what they were saying. I just went to a doctor to check my ears, and he apologized to me and said, I'm not an actual doctor, I just wanted to live up to the dreams I had when
I mean, don't get me wrong, we got our fair share of old places and haunted places in England, but I do kind of laugh, and I mean this in a nice, respectful way, because if any of you remember Buffy the Vampire Slayer, it's like everywhere Buffy went, there seemed to be like a gates of hell or a hotspot, yeah? And in a funny, ironic way, that sums up America. It's like, only in America do you have Bigfoot, reptilian shape, all these, the whole, the whole Lovecraftian mythos, the whole... take any Clive Barker story, any mythological creature or cryptid, you only get in America. You know what I mean? America seems to be a hotspot. I mean, is it because it's the new land, or like the old saying was back then when people went over there? It's like, oh, the new land, the new country, the new promised land, all that stuff. Is it because they all took the same tourist brochure and went, oh, let's go over there? I don't know. It's like, it seems to be a hotspot for alien, all kinds of weird stuff, which is funny because it reminds me of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's like where she went was a hotspot for evil. It's fucking hilarious. But you mean,
I was a child and pretend to be a doctor. I was in shock and asked him, but what about my ears? What did you do to them? He answered saying, what you should be more worried about is your virginity, because when I drugged you, I did that to fulfill another childhood dream, which is doing what my parents used to do at night thinking I was asleep. Now let's get back to the video. I told you everything except the plot behind this haunting. It's all about one employee who felt very happy one day he took...
Is that a story to do with the next clip? I don't know. That's just started throwing me off. Something about date rape and child... Oh, no, it's just wrong. Yeah. Did I get that story? Oh, my God, this is weird.
his own life inside one of the restaurant's rooms.
A fucking random story. Like, what the fuck?
An intruder tripped their security alarm. But after seeing their surveillance video, they say something creepier was caught on tape. A white translucent image moving around a Williams restaurant in the middle of the night. Some say it's a ghost, but it's the legend behind the restaurant that may be even more haunting. Here's Tyler Baldwin.
How are you, gentlemen? Good. How are you doing? Good. Get you something to drink. Strawberry milkshake.
Twisters is known for its 1950s-style fun, great milkshakes and food. It sits on historic Route 66, and people come from all over to
Definitely 80s, you can tell it's potato quality.
snap a picture of the old Crown Victoria that sits out front. But it's these unexplainable pictures caught on the restaurant surveillance cameras that has people scratching their heads.
And it was just an anomaly. I really don't know how.
Look at the state of that guy. Sorry, not being horrible, but he kind of looks like sometimes how I look. He's like, I didn't get any sleep, man.
How to explain it.
Gave you goosebumps. Didn't expect to see anything at all.
It basically started out as a white cloud, kind of translucent in nature. And as it continued, it took on more of a human-type form.
The white cloud forms in what used to be an old gas station room built back in 1926.
What I had been told is back in the 1950s, when this was still a Texaco gas station, is that one of the proprietors that owned this building at one point had committed suicide, self-inflicted gunshot wound, and happened to be right here in this small room, and it happened to be right there in the corner where the milkshake machine is.
So the question remains, could these images be the ghosts of the old gas station owner?
What's that got to do with drugging people to make sure they're asleep thing story? No.
You often feel like someone's watching you. My wife's scared to death to come down here anytime, day or night, by herself.
Who knows? Maybe there are ghosts and spirits out there. You never know. But whatever it is, customer Ralph Glassel thinks it deserves a name.
Maybe if it's a girl ghost, I gave it a net for a net Funicello. And if it's a guy ghost, maybe Frankie for Frankie Avalon.
But it's not the guy who killed him. Hang on, if you're saying... Oh dear. If you think it's of the guy who committed suicide, then surely you'd use his name. But if it's not him, it could be all kinds of freakish things that you're going to give it. Don't upset it by getting a stupid name. You've got to be careful what you name it.
Like, how can you work in such a place, back in an era where things were way much more beautiful and simple, and then commit suicide? What a waste. After I featured him for the first time, I felt like someone who was just left by his toxic girlfriend. He loves her so much and can't stand her behavior, but he is too stupid to have a personality and end the relationship. Here is Mike, who challenges himself to investigate the most haunted places in the world alone, and
His voice again, as another video react to that, the voice reminds you of something. This reminds you of something like the X-Files or those sort of mystery files on TV. He goes, one day they saw a UFO. That sort of thing. Kind of like Police Squad Dragnet meets Twilight Zone narration.
today, he challenges himself to investigate the Villisca Axe murder house. Mike decided he won't drop the ball and will keep investigating until the last breath. But he ended up dropping his balls and transforming from Mike the Explorer to Mickey the Mouse. Let's just give some depth to this whole experience. Do you know why they named this house after an axe murderer? Because he was so handsome. A family who lived in this house were murdered by a guy whom I'm about to watch the video again so I can remember his name. Oh, turned out the guy is still anonymous to this day. Then let me name him William, since he did just what William Afton did in Five Nights at Freddy's. He used the axe to chop these some mother lovers.
Oh.
There's 6 members living in that house, with 2 extra...
I don't mean to laugh, but his commentary's making me laugh. I mean, I shouldn't be laughing at this sort of stuff, but then people's commentary just makes you bloody laugh. I mean,
just for the record, the 2 extras were guests who just happened to visit the family that day, and what a coincidence. William was bored that day and decided to commit a crime. Now here comes Mike, who thinks he is smart enough to solve the mystery. Mike entered the place as a man, and honestly, I can't even decide what he left it as, but definitely not like when he entered it. He had to witness some voices and creaking sounds. But that wasn't the worst part. He had to go upstairs to the children's room, only to be reminded of his childhood, so much that the closet door opened for him, so he could play hide-and-seek with the spirits. On his way upstairs to the children's room, he was warmly welcomed by a ball that made his balls shrink to the size of 2 cherries. The worst part is yet to come, when Mike manned up and confronted the ghost with an axe. That was when Mimu realized how stupid he had become, so he put it aside. Seconds later, the axe fell, and Mike flipped into your favorite Disney character.
Josiah. Sarah. Who murdered you? Say his name for the world to know. This person doesn't deserve to get away with this. What they did was horrible, and I am so sorry what happened to all of you.
oh, almost. Oh no. Got a little bit of chicken there. I heard that. I don't, some don't get me wrong. Things like Twin Paranormal are brilliant. That problem is I can't hear the whisper. I mean, they say we can't enhance it, but the thing is, when you do hear, I think also the problem is a lot of videos now they go doom to like a marker, like a noise to mark that a clue something's happening. The problem is if you do that, go doom at the same time as the excuse me language, but the fucking whisper that we're trying, you want people to hear. Is it cancels it out? We can't hear it, so I can't normally hear. As a voice, huh? I don't fucking hear that. And also, it's not always suggestive because for you probably see whisper, but where my thing is, it blocks that word out. So I just sort of saw a WH, but I heard it before I noticed the right anyway. So, but that time I fucking heard it. That was and now I nearly got nearly got chicken.
I think I might have just heard something. If you don't want to do that, you could tap on something. Yeah, like that. Oh.
Instant clear results, man.
Okay. I got a feeling I'm really communicating with you now.
He looks like he's bricking it as well.
I'm so sorry what happened. I imagine that was scary. Is there anybody down in this cellar?
Only the serial killer.
Hey, axe murderer. Are you down here? This seems like a place fitting for you. Whoa. That was up there. That was like a creek.
Oh, someone's up there.
Right, I'm getting a little freaked out more. That's like a creak in the floorboard.
Just so you know, that those who are new to the channel, I have because I don't have fancy equipment, I can't afford fancy equipment. I do it all on my phone, but the advantage is the little tripod I can use collapses, and I can just sit back and chill and react with you. It's cool.
What? Oh my god.
Oh, hello. Look at that. Oh, can you see it? Just about. Fucking chicken. I heard that.
That sounded like children.
Was it creaky doors in America? I mean, I know we got creaky doors and stiff doors, but come on, man. Stick some WD-40 on it.
What is that? Oh my god!
As Casper Site would say, motherfucker, he's gone. He's gone. Fucking hell. And his fear seems genuine as well.
Oh my god, that freaking ball. Dude, it just freaking, it rolled down the stairs. How the fuck would that have happened? I'm coming
Excited and scared, which is understandable.
in. If you don't mind me visiting.
That ball moved all the way from there down to downstairs.
Can someone make a noise? What? Oh. No. I'm not running this time. I'm not. I am not running this time.
He's Ramboing it.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to scare you guys. God dang.
They're probably there like, scared? Fucking hell, man. You're shitting it. We just want to say hello. Mind you, there is a serial killer in there as well.
Look. That door's open. Look. Oh my god. Herman, did you open this? Or someone?
Imagine the face peek down now. Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus. God. Yeah. Would you like to shut the door?
Oh, it was a cupboard.
Who's in here?
Imagine. Oh, fucking hell. Yep, that did it. Oh my God. I heard that. You didn't need to put writing there. I fucking heard that. Now it's a lot more clear than some videos I've seen. Whoa.
Okay. Herman?
But at least it's the kid, not the serial killer.
Whoa! Oh my god! The door just opened! And it was blinking! The EMF was blinking! Holy shit! That was so freaking cool! Also, turned out really weird. Whoa! What the f? What was with that picture? Oh my god. It's back to normal. What the freak? Look at those pictures again. What the hell? They're all dark and there's like this, I don't even know how to describe it.
Oh, wow.
It's like this, that almost looks like blood. Oh my god.
Or two people sat next to each other. One's medium and one's smaller.
I just uncovered your mirror. What you gonna do?
Oh, he's activated the horror.
Okay, just as I thought.
Imagine you saw a face in that mirror.
It came from in there. That was like a low sound. Do something else.
Do it again.
Come on, I know you can do better than that. Okay. I've got a really bad feeling about this. Every part of my body
Han Solo.
is telling me not to go in there. But I have to. You killed an entire family with this. And the fact that you are here and you're not burning in hell at the moment.
I'm not doubting the sincerity and the validity of it. But if he indeed killed what am I going Shakespeare for? If he indeed killed people with that axe, wouldn't that be in police lockup? Wouldn't that be like evidence, crime evidence, thingy-jig? I'm not sure how the law works over in America, but obviously it's like that would be in the evidence locker. You know what I mean?
Is a... You're not burning in hell at the moment. Is a... I'm literally holding an axe to a ghost. What the fuck am I doing? Oh, what the f***? Oh my god.
Oh.
Dude, it just rattled my chair.
Is it just me as well, or is that window design looks like Amityville Horror? What is it with houses with those windows that, you know what I mean?
I feel like I was just creeped out just not even a few moments ago. And now it's like starting to go away. I've got a bad feeling something's not right in here. Holy!
You know what I like about Mike? No, it's not the size of his genitalia, but rather the size of his heart. How gay for that to come from me. But in all seriousness, I like solo investigators way more.
To be fair though, even if you believe, the thing is, it doesn't matter if you're skeptic as well. When you just the gravitas of the history of that place and stuff, you know, that's going to do something to your mind. You know what I mean? It's like, to be fair, anyone who does a ghost investigation by themselves has got big kahunas. You know what I mean? They've got balls of steel, regardless if it's real or not. You know what I mean?
Here is a very healthy American family with a lot of milk and bacon on the table. Red skins and blonde hair. Sounds very racist so far. They just need a black neighbor and you know where it goes from here. Let's start with the first clip. While a very cute little...
I like this guy. It's just commentary. I think some of the stories just threw me off, but some of them are quite funny. It's like, you know, kind of like that day when when your pants are chafing you, and like, you know what I mean? It's kind of that Dragnet police squad narrative.
girl was using her very expensive MacBook that her father bought for her mediocre school score. I'm already feeling jealous. Here comes her daddy to give her the most useless advice. Don't stay up late and go to bed to take a rest. Things are going cheesy so far. He went to take a shower, and just seconds after that, and to spice things up so the scenario doesn't get any more boring, 2 chairs tried to close on her. How rude. But she walked away and called for her father before these 2 did anything to her. Chair rape it would be called. On a different clip, while the dog was dogging around, like any stupid dog would do, these fellas didn't like his presence, so they threw a cup on him. They knew he was a pussy and wouldn't even dare to bark. And in the last clip, the dad, the girl, and her brother all went upstairs after hearing a noise. They might have brought the mother with them, I'm not sure. You can look it up on Wikipedia if you want. They say you can find everything there. Anyway, they found nothing, all until one door closed by itself. The dad ran right towards it like an American hero, crashed it down to see who was messing with the family, and then they called it a day.
Oh, I've seen this one, I think. This clip.
Oh, we just heard a noise from downstairs. It sounded like footsteps. It came from the back of the house, and we know with...
Is this in England? I can tell by accent. It's English. You know what I mean? I know people speak English, but you know what I mean.
The only people in the house. There's no one else here.
I think I've seen the clip before. It's quite,
I'm gonna stay here.
Huh?
I'm gonna stay here. It's too scary.
Right.
I'm gonna stay here.
Didn't come from this area of the house, but it sounded like footsteps.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ, the door just closed.
Was there someone in? Did you see anyone?
No.
Richard, be careful.
Imagine you flick the light on like that and saw a shadow bastard stood at the door.
Guys, is there anyone in here?
Look at dust particles, man.
No one behind the door.
Hello?
Looks clean, but it's like dust particles going shh.
Hello?
There's no one in here.
That's creepy. Hello?
The
Hello?
door was really stiff on the carpet.
That's what she said.
so well, so have it closed.
There's no window open. Ethan, move open the curtains.
It's really dusty. Nothing.
Oh, nice view.
Really dusty.
Yeah, let's get out of here, guys. Come on.
Yeah, quick.
Guys, go on. Go on.
Let's give me the heebie-jeebies.
Go on.
Come on, Daddy.
I like how calm that girl reacted to the activity. Like if that happened to me at her age, I would not only call my father, I would call my mother, my brothers, my entire family, the neighbors, and the police. And I might also call the army. All after I have already colorized the floor with my feces. Here comes the lamest video on the list. There is no moms wearing black dresses and standing like a statue or anything like that. But there is a dog who is acting awkwardly. Or maybe he is acting normally. Honestly, I had no experience with
Hey, come on, dog's not stupid, come on.
dogs. I had a cat. So I don't know how dogs would behave. I thought I may be able to understand their language after I got bitten by one when I was a kid, but I actually became more provocative to them. Have you watched The Shining movie? Well, if you did, then you know the role of Jack Nicholson in that movie, and you know exactly how he sounds like. The great news is that even if you don't know how he was acting, here is a chance for you to experience him. The bad news is that he isn't in the next clip. But I have you a very perfect replica of him. I told you this was going to be a lame clip.
Come on. Come on. Come on. What do you see? Did you see some ghost in here? Huh? Did you see a ghost? Did you?
I hate it when you get this dark corner, especially when it's potato quality, because it could be a fake footage, but it wouldn't matter, because if it's potatoey, you can't see it, you just see this like shadow bastard in the corner or something.
You see a ghost, Danny? Come on. Why are you acting like that? Huh? Why are you acting like that? What's that? What's going on? What's that noise?
To be fair though, I'm not saying it isn't spooked out, but you can easily wind up dogs. Not necessarily because they're stupid, because they like to play. So you can actually wind them up. As I used to say to my dog, who's no longer with me sadly, he was 2 years ago, October. I used to say to him, "Oh, what's that?" And he'll look out the window and start barking. Or he'll run up to the window and then start barking at people passing by, even though I'm not talking about those people. He'll just bark. You can wind them right up. It's funny.
What do you see?
I didn't do it that much often, but occasionally.
something in the hallway? You see something in here? Is the ghost in the hallway again? Come on. Come on, you love to go in this hallway. Come on. Come on. Annie, what are you afraid of? Come on.
Oh, cute doggy.
What do you see? You see something right there? Right there by the bathroom? Come on. What is it? What is it? You saw something. You saw something, didn't you? You saw something in the bathroom. Ooh, you're backing up. Come on. Don't be afraid. Come on.
That just sounds terrible, but that dark door there, imagine something grabbed him. Oh, fire off. Oh.
Tell that ghost to show his face. Where is that ghost? Huh? Where's that ghost? Come on. Come on, you love to run up and down this hallway. Why all of a sudden you're scared of this hallway? Come on.
I think if this dog is behaving like that, it has nothing to do with paranormal activities. Buddy, you have to look in the mirror and talk to yourself for a bit. Listen to how you sound like. Ask yourself, am I normal? Am I subscribed to Spicy Horror? And will I click on the next video that will appear on my screen at any second? 'Cause it's a really good one.
Wow. That was really good. I mean, they weren't... I mean, the voices and that, the kids' voices and hearing the children, that gave me the chicken, that did. Fucking hell, and I can actually hear them clear as day. And all that. I mean, but yeah, that was good. And just, Spicy Horror, I got to react to this channel more often because just the narration, and it's just hilarious, isn't it? So, yeah. I'm glad I stumbled onto this one again because I had subscribed. I clearly forgot to tickle that bell, which if you can do it on my channel, it'd be great. So yeah, thanks for sitting through this. Did you enjoy it as much as I did as well? Because I must say, even if the footage is, well, there's, like I said, some that gave me goosebumps, or the chicken. But yeah, the narration makes it just worth it as well. It's just fucking hilarious. It's in French. But you know what I mean? So yeah, if you liked it as just I did, hit that like. And if you're new to the channel, then please subscribe. It's completely free. And plus, it'd be great to have you here as well. And so, yes. And also, like I should do, this channel, this guy, the Spice Horror channel, is tickle my bell. Good morning. So, yes, anyway. Until next video, take care. Love you lots. You're all awesome. And for the people who are new here, who are going to join us, I hope you're going to join us, because it'd be nice, like I said, it'd be nice to hear. You're awesome too. So, anyway, I hope you have a good day tomorrow. Or night, because of the time and that. Be nice. Anyway, take care. Be well.